Ghislaine Maxwell was born in 1961 in France and was the ninth and youngest child of a French scholar named Elizabeth and a Jewish British media proprietor named Robert Maxwell. Ghislaine was born 2 days before a car accident that left her 15-year-old brother Michael in a prolonged coma until his death in 1967. Her mother later reflected that the accident had an effect on the entire family and surmised that Ghislaine had shown signs of anorexia while still a toddler. Throughout her childhood, she lived with her family in a mansion in Oxford where her father ran a publishing company. She had a close relationship with her father and was his favorite. She went to Oxford University and directed the Oxford United Football Club because her father owned the team. Her father bought a yacht and named it after her. She lived on the yacht throughout the 80s. Her father later created a tailor-made company in New York just so that his daughter would have something to do with her time. The company was not profitable. In November 1991, Robert Maxwell's body was found floating in the sea near the Canary Islands. Ghislaine attended her father's funeral in Jerusalem alongside Israeli intelligence figures President Chaim Herzog and Prime Minister Yitzhak Shamir, who gave his eulogy. His death was ruled a suicide, but Ghislaine believes that he was murdered. After his death, Robert Maxwell was found to have stolen £400 million from the pension fund of a company he owned. This ruined the lives of 32,000 people who worked for him. Robert's brothers, Ian and Kevin, were arrested in connection to the stolen pension money. Ghislaine moved to the United States in 1991, shortly after her father's death. She lived off of the money she got from a trust fund. She moved to an expensive apartment overlooking Central Park. During the day, she worked at a real estate office on Madison Avenue, and at night she hung out with celebrities as a socialite. She eventually met a man named Jeffrey Epstein at a party. They dated for many years, and she even acted as an aggressive assistant who hired, fired, and supervised his staff. She organized much of his life and was referred to as the Lady of the House. She and Jeffrey became friends with prominent individuals in elite circles of politics, academia, business, and law, including former presidents Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, attorney Alan Dershowitz, and Prince Andrew, Duke of York. Ghislaine was friends with Prince Andrew and escorted him to a hookers and pimps social function in New York. Prince Andrew said that the two had known each other since Ghislaine was an undergraduate at Oxford. She introduced Jeffrey to Prince Andrew, and the three often hung out together. Jeffrey renamed one of his companies the Ghislaine Corporation based in Palm Beach, Florida, but the company was dissolved in 1998. Ghislaine is a trained helicopter pilot and would use her skills to transport Jeffrey to his private island. On Jeffrey's private island, he set up hidden cameras to record people having sex with minors so that he could blackmail them. In 2005, a woman called the police and said that her 14-year-old stepdaughter was taken to Jeffrey's mansion. She was paid $300 to strip and give Jeffrey an erotic massage. The police investigated. The FBI also became involved and called their investigation Operation Leap Year. Jeffrey paid underage girls to have sex with him. The youngest was just 12. He recorded the sex acts and took nude pictures of the girls. He performed depraved acts that he got from books about S&M, which were found by the police throughout his home. There were at least 60 victims, and at least 34 of them were minors. His victims also included one male victim that was abused. He brought in 12-year-old triplets from France, sexually abused them, then flew them back home the next day. The girls were brought in from all over the world, including Europe and South America. Jeffrey was arrested, then sent to prison where he died under mysterious circumstances. Ghislaine was arrested for allegedly grooming minors to be sexually assaulted and participating in helping Jeffrey commit sex trafficking. She was found guilty of sex trafficking and sentenced to 20 years in prison. She is currently being held at Tallahassee Federal Correctional Institution in Florida. That's the end of the video. If you liked the video, then like and subscribe. It only takes 2 seconds and it would really help me out. Feel free to check out the other videos on my channel.